North Carolina's most devastating storm took center stage in two congressional hearings Tuesday. Lawmakers heard from the head of FEMA on the agency's response to Helene in the state.
The destruction caused by Helene was catastrophic.
And from lawmakers, including Republican Congressman Chuck Edwards, whose district in western North Carolina bore the brunt of Helene's fury.
It took up to 3 days before there was any real visibility from FEMA. And that's just simply not good enough.
FEMA Administrator Deanne Criswell says the agency had staff in place before Helene hit.
When FEMA was on the ground before the disaster happened.
One focus of the hearing was a low-level FEMA supervisor who was fired for advising her team to skip homes of Donald Trump supporters in Florida after Hurricane Milton. Criswell says the employee's actions were unacceptable, but it was isolated, and she will request the Inspector General to investigate.
There is nothing in our policies, in our procedures, in our training that would direct any employee to bypass anybody's home based on their political party.
The fired employee says she is being scapegoated, explaining in an interview she was simply following FEMA guidelines advising employees to avoid threatening situations. At the time, FEMA had been the subject of misinformation spread on social media and by Trump, including that FEMA did not have money for storm victims because it spent it on migrants. FEMA does have a shelter and services program for migrants, but the money comes from a separate pot, and it was Congress itself that approved the program, not FEMA.
I think we should just issue a mirror to every member of Congress who complains to you about the emergency shelter program so they can look at who's responsible for doing anything about it, which you're responsible for administering it, but you're not responsible for creating it.
The White House issued a request this week from Congress to approve $40 billion to replenish FEMA's disaster relief fund. It comes after wildfires and big storms have drained FEMA's money. In Washington, Ruben Jones, Spectrum News.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Let Spectrum News be your resource for balanced, in-depth political coverage. And click the subscribe button here. You can also download our app and watch us on TV to learn more about the candidates, where they stand on the issues, and more. We'll see you then.